I can tell it's not quite 100% running right. Okay, I got some oxygen sensors here. They're Denso, and I checked them, and they're the right plug-in. I had to check the VIN number from the vehicle that the computer came from, and I had to make sure that it was made in America because the Canadian ones are different. So this is the American one. They're actually cheaper. So I put some junkyard O2 sensors in, but I guess they're not the right ones. I don't know. I'm not getting any fuel trim data at all on the passenger bank. And a couple of guys said it's my O2 sensors. So I ordered these. And I got this here. They only had one in stock, so the other one comes tomorrow. This is a 2.5 inch 90. So I'll probably stick this on the collector because the collectors are short and the O2 sensors are in the collectors. So I'll probably just stick this on and point it out that way. And I'll go get a wrench, find out which size these are, and it shouldn't take very long to change them. I can tell it's not quite 100% running right. So I'm going to back it up on the ramps and put in, it runs, but I can drive it up on the ramps. I drove it off the ramps for the first time the other day. But it's not running 100%, so I'm going to back it up on the ramps and then I can get underneath of it to work on it. Okay, I got the driver's side done. So there's the one I took out, and here's the one I'm putting in. They have the same plugs, but I'm not really sure. I found these in the junkyard, so I guess they're not the right ones. I didn't keep track of what year or what engine they came from. So these here, I know they're the right ones for the VIN number to match the computer. And they come with instructions, but it just says basically be careful with them. And I don't think I was ever careful with these ones. So these come with a tiny bit. They come with a tiny bit of anti-seize compound. And you just squirt a little bit on the threads. And then install it. Okay, there's the old sensors, and I cut that one off just to make it easier, and I put the new ones in, and I plugged them in, and I put a downturn pipe on the passenger side. I don't have one yet for the driver's side. So let's see if it sounds any better. like we got closed loop. Long-term fuel trim on bank 1, 0.8. Long-term fuel trim on bank 2, 0.8. Short term. Okay, that's better. Thanks for the help. I think I'm gonna check the spark plugs too, because it still doesn't sound 100% to me. So I was having an issue where it wouldn't go, it was stuck into open loop, and I showed the live data, and somebody said, a couple guys said my O2 sensors, so thank you, because it seems to be in closed loop now. Finally got it running on closed loop for the first time, and yeah, so today's one of the best running. It's finally got the proper O2 sensors on it, so I think it's running the best now than it's ever been. So I'm gonna put spark plugs in it. I got new spark plugs here, and they're easy to get at. They're a lot easier. I think they're a lot easier than the old small block, the Gen 1 small block. Anyway, I'm just gonna pop the wires off. You don't have to worry about losing track of the firing order or anything. These are pretty easy. They're easy to get at, and I'll put the new ones on, and I'll also read them, see if there's any that are wet or any that are black, or I think they might be black on this bank, or they might be fouled on this bank. So I'm gonna do this bank first. Do 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 do. My goodness. You don't want to pull by the wire, you always want to pull by the boot, because the wire sometimes will separate. Oh my goodness, I'm just smashing everything. Maybe I'll use this other ratchet because it has a push button to release. I've got a better extension, a little wobbler extension somewhere. Today's the longest day of the year. Oh yeah. I expected these to be black, and they are black. Yes. They are very black. So I'm pretty sure Bank 2 has been running really, really rich, because my fuel trim data previously with the other O2 sensors, my fuel trim data was like 0. And these spark plugs, I just put a bunch of random spark plugs in it when I installed the engine. These are like some old Denso spark plugs. I think they were used when I put them in. So these are the same thing, only new Delco. It wouldn't hurt to put a little bit of anti-seize on the threads or something, perhaps. Actually, I've got anti-seize right here, because there's some came with the O2 sensors. The O2 sensors came with these little Denso. It's funny because I just took a Denso spark plug out. So I'll put a little bit of anti-seize on here, on the threads. Not too much. I think less is more. I believe less is more. I always like to thread them in, but with my fingers, make sure they're going in straight. Try to get her in all the ways with my fingers. These ones have a long thread. Feels good. There's one down, and I got 3 more to go on this bank. Ooh. Mosquitoes are just chewing me up, but I'm taking advantage of the longest day of the year. Oh. I'm not too sure about that spark plug wire. I'll see if I have some. Come on, baby. I think I'm gonna need my wobbler extension. This is the closest one, closest to the spark plug wire. I really like this one here. It's got a wobbler, so it wobbles around, and it's got some knurls for you to spin your fingers on easier. This one is definitely tight because of the header, I guess. I should have a instead of a straight boot on the spark plug wire, I should have like a 90-degree or 45-degree boot. Maybe it's the old gas that's in the gas tank. I need to put some fresh fuel in it. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's all in my imagination, because I'm not getting any codes. I had P0300, but I was unplugging the injectors and the plug coils and stuff like that. So I guess I'll just run it up to temperature a couple times and check the misfire data. Everything seems to be working when I do it the old school way and unplug the coil packs and injectors while it's running. Everything seems to be working there. You'll have a noticeable change if it's firing. You unplug it and it quits firing, you have a noticeable change. So I get noticeable changes everywhere, so everything seems to be working. These are some 91, 92 style. I think the 91, 92 has a smaller light and a different bezel. They also have different motors starting in 86, so it's a smaller motor, but it's very similar. This one is gutted, so I took the eyelid off, took the headlight out, the bezel off, motor off, so I can degrease it and paint it. I think you might be able to retrofit these motors as well, but it's been a while since I got into that. These ones have 2 wires, but I had it off the ramps and I did a burnout, so I'm going to call that a victory. The car's not done, but I never intended to have it done. Project cars are never done, but as long as it's mobile, I'm pretty sure it's mobile now. A couple of things that I want to finish, but I did a victory burnout, so I think that counts.